Soda bread is brutally simple. 4 ingredients, no yeast, no waiting. Fast bread. But somehow people still manage to mess it up. This is the real deal. Traditional Irish soda bread. No sugar, no raisins, no cakey nonsense. Just flour, salt, baking soda and buttermilk. Because that's all it ever needed. And we've got a good reason to talk about it today. Because on April 14th, Ireland marks the 1916 Easter Rising, a pivotal moment in Irish history. So it felt right to celebrate another kind of rising, this one from the oven. No proofing, no kneading, no surrender. And while some say there's no ceremony in soda bread, they clearly haven't met the Irish tea ceremony. It begins the second that loaf hits the wire rack. Butter softens, tea brews, and suddenly the kitchen has an audience. As for that cross on top, it's to let the fairies out. At least that's what Granny said. Personally, I think she let something else out too. Because that smell. Okay, it's for the fairies. Definitely not from the bread, okay? This loaf is fast, crusty, and born of necessity. The kind of bread that doesn't wait around, and neither did we. This is a classic soda bread with buttermilk. No twists, no sweeteners. Just 400 grams of plain flour, 100 grams of wholemeal flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and about 400 ml of buttermilk. You could follow a Paul Hollywood's soda bread recipe if you like, but his doesn't come with fairy lore or revolution. If you don't have buttermilk, use regular milk with a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice. Let it sit for 10 minutes and pretend you knew that all along. Optional but authentic. A handful of oats for the top. And if you want a slightly softer crumb, rub a teaspoon of butter into the crust to soften it. Preheat your oven to 200 Celsius or 400 Fahrenheit. Line a tray with parchment paper or flour it like Granny did. Mix the dry ingredients in a big bowl. Make a well. Pour in the buttermilk. And here's the Irish bit. Stir it with your hand. Your actual hand, yes. The one you washed with soap. That one. The Irish have had soap since Christ was a boy. Bring it together quickly. It'll be very sticky. Don't overthink it. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. And don't over knead it either. This isn't sourdough. This is soda bread. Turn it out onto a floured surface. Shape it into a round. Flatten it slightly. Now take a sharp knife and cut a deep cross all the way across. Not a scratch, a deep cross. It helps it bake evenly. Don't let it get too tall. And yes, traditionally, it lets the fairies out. The one Granny's blamed for everything. Sprinkle with oats if you're using them. Into the oven it goes. 35 to 40 minutes. Let it go for the 40 minutes, but keep an eye on it. When it comes out, check if it sounds hollow underneath when tapped. If it does, it's done. If it doesn't, put it into the oven for another 5 minutes. Use a timer. And while you wait, set the table. Because the moment this bread hits the counter, everyone suddenly remembers they're Irish. Wrap it in a clean towel if you want a softer crust. Or leave it bare if you like a little bit of crunch. This bread isn't just quick. It's actually very clever. It came from a people who didn't have time to wait. Who didn't have high protein flours. Who didn't have strong wheat. Who didn't always have much of anything really. But they had just enough. They had spirit. And like the Rising of 1916, and like the Rising itself, this loaf is about making the absolute most of what you've got. No frills, no fluff. So pour your tea, pass the butter. I recommend Kerrygold because it is the best. And remember, this is our bread. We've earned every bite. This is our daily bread. No trends, no twists, no messing. Just soda bread from Ireland with nothing to prove. Whether it's white or brown soda bread, this loaf has fed generations. fast, honest, and full of grit. This was our revolution, not just with rifles and barricades, but with tea, bread, and defiance baked into every crust.